What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to Land of Sports, and today we have a couple different subjects. It's all going to be based on NFL, but it's going to be what I think that the Jets should do with their second pick and some head coaching changes around the league. So obviously the Jaguars have the first pick, and by the way, I'll announce now Trevor Lawrence actually just declared for the NFL draft, so he will be guessingly selected by the Jaguars. But then of course that leaves the Jets, and I'm not sure if many people think that it's 100% going to be Justin Fields, because I do not. There's not really a point of having Sam Darnold and Justin Fields on the same team because they're two young and upcoming quarterbacks. There's no point of benching one. And obviously, when the Jets made the decision of hiring Adam Gase, they thought it would help Darnold, but it only made him worse, to be honest. And with the Jets just firing Adam Gase and expect to hire a new head coach soon, I think that they should definitely keep Sam Darnold. And keeping Sam Darnold means not drafting Justin Fields with the second pick. So now the question would be, do they take maybe a wide receiver or offensive tackle with the second pick, or do they trade down? Here's what I think that they should do. I have two suggestions to the New York Jets right here. Number one, trade down with the second pick and maybe get another first or a couple more picks in this year's draft. Preferably a top 10 pick so that they still have a top 10 pick or maybe even a top 5 and end up getting some more first or second round picks. But that's the least suggested opinion for them. And now here's the second and third thing that they should do. I think that they could draft Ja'Marr Chase or Devontae Smith with the second pick. It leaves a better weapon for Sam Darnold after losing their best receiver in Robbie Anderson last season. And let's face it, Robbie Anderson isn't even that good. So for him to be your number one wide receiver, it's not too great. But Devontae Smith just actually won the Heisman last night. So they could have a former Heisman winner on their team. The first wide receiver since 1991, actually. Or basically, they could take Ja'Marr Chase, who's supposed to be the better wide receiver, but I mean, Devontae winning the Heisman? Now, of course, winning the Heisman doesn't mean that you're the better receiver because you could have played better the past couple years. But having a former Heisman on your team is not that bad. Because if you do look at 2018, you have Baker Mayfield from Oklahoma. 2019, you have Kyler Murray from Oklahoma. Then 2020, you have Joe Burrow from LSU. And this year looks like it's going to be Trevor Lawrence, and he didn't win the Heisman, but I really thought that he was going to be honest. So I think that the Jets will either take Devontae Smith or Ja'Marr Chase with that second pick and continue to develop Sam Darnold with the new head coach. And then moving on to the second and third other little news segment, the Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski will not be coaching the Browns because he tested positive for COVID. And this is kind of a scary sight for Browns fans. They have not been in the playoffs in 19 years. They're finally in the playoffs, and they don't even have their head coach. Now, who will be coaching them is Mike Priefer, their special teams coordinator. Now, that's kind of surprising. I would honestly think it would be maybe the offensive coordinator or the defensive coordinator or the assistant head coach. But the special teams coordinator? But speaking of offensive coordinators and coaches, Chan Gailey, who's the offensive coordinator for the Dolphins, was announced that he was fired, I think, and then it was reported that it was a mistake and nothing happened, and then this morning, it was announced that he actually just resigned. So the Dolphins are going to be looking to hire a new offensive coordinator. So that's pretty big news for Dolphins fan, is he was only here for one season, and he just resigned out of nowhere. So I think that once Fitzpatrick retires, he will be the offensive coordinator, but for now, I think it's good to have him as a backup until he gets a little bit older, just so that he can keep mentoring Tua and even playing if Tua gets injured or something, because you saw what he did versus the Raiders, and he still has it in him. So I think when he retires, he will become the offensive coordinator, but for now, they will hire somebody else in the meantime. But yeah, that's going to wrap up recapping. The Jets should draft Ja'Marr Chase or Devontae Smith, preferably Devontae Smith with the second overall pick, and then keep Sam Darnold and develop him. The Browns head coach will be out for Sunday, and their special teams coordinator will be head coaching them. And the Dolphins offensive coordinator resigned, so they will be looking to hire a new one. But yeah, it's going to wrap up. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. NFL playoff predictions will be coming tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But that's going to wrap up the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day. Peace.